Uncle Jack records. Jesus Christ. Gwen's life is hanging on Uncle Jack records. Not that Lionel knows that, thank God. Damn it. I better go home and get my garden district drag. Can't walk around there in the latest Davy Hackney. I get so resentful. I hope you get to meet Arthur someday. Mummy used to live at his house until she fucked everything up. Well, fucked his dad anyway. One of these days, Gwen, I'm going to teach you all about chemical interactions. They're so much more reliable than boys. Why did you bring us here?
I wanted you all to see what bravery looks like.
We have to take them home.
At least they tried to destroy the birth records. At least they tried. And the rest of the town hanged them on this bridge.
Are they just gonna leave those people hanging there till they rot? It's medieval.
I wish I was half as brave as Tommy Cramner and the Lushfords.
The woman gave me, and I did eat.
I don't think they've quite got the hang of ambushing people.
Hello. Are you a friend of Uncle Jack?
Of course. Who isn't?
You'd be surprised. Some people seem to think that because we're out here in the Garden District, we have to abandon all pretense of civilization.
We can't take joy, but that doesn't mean we can't see the world the way Uncle Jack does, right? It's just a question of concentration.
Oh, yes. In fact, Uncle Jack has heard of you.
He's heard of us? You can't be serious.
Is he going to talk to us on the TV? Oh, but we never get the new programs out here.
What did he say? How do you know?
Why don't you ask him? He's coming to visit. He wants to do a live broadcast from here.
He's coming here? But the place is a mess.
We have to clean up. Uncle Jack's coming. Uncle Jack's coming. Uncle Jack's coming.
That's the spirit. Let's show Uncle Jack just how much we love him. This is a fucking state of affairs. Pardon my French.
Watch out for the ones with plague. They look sick, but then they suddenly become wild dogs.
I wonder if Lionel can make some sort of automatic baby feeder for me.
Mr. Kite.
Then I wouldn't have to run back home as often to feed Gwen.
The rabbit
Sounds a bit hard-hearted, doesn't it, Gwen? Sounds like some sort of secret message.
Screaming.
Dad.
Have a lovely day.
Any girl can flatter a man. But if you let him know you see his flaws, and he thinks you still love him, that's rare and precious. I learned that from Arthur. Of course, I really did love him. Maybe because of his flaws.
Hello. Let's have a look at you, shall we? Tip-top shape, aren't you? You were so pleased you survived the Garden District.
There you are.
Righto.
How can I help you? Sally Boyle! I hope you found your Uncle Jack record. Me brother's been pestering me.
I have indeed.
You're Brillo! Milk you shall have!
Lionel, you're sort of handy, aren't you?
Well, I do like to tinker. You'd be amazed at the state of some of these things when they come into the shop. Can't sell them if I can't fix them.
I have some designs for some apparatuses.
Some sort of water feeder for birds?
Oh, heavens no. I can't stand the crows. It's for my flowers. Mustn't overwater, but I keep forgetting to water it all.
Oh, of course. Well, let me see what I got in the back there. I bet I can find all the pieces sooner or later. They never show up right away, but they always show up sooner or later. Check back in a bit.
Thought I'd pop in to see what's new. It's lovely stuff. Gwen's got something to eat at least. Here we go, darling. Baby milk. You won't believe what Mummy had to do to get this for you. Well, I'll never tell you, frankly. Who's at the bloody door now?
Sorry to bother you, ma'am. The lads is, wondering if you've got any blackberry ready for 'em.
Oh, I'm working on it. In a day or two, I hope.
The lads is getting a mite twitchy, to tell you the truth. I must ask you to accompany me to the station so you can explain yourself to them precisely.
I don't understand the worry. Haven't I always provided you with BlackBerry? I just had a little hiccup in the lab. I'd be working on it right now, but apparently you lads are lonely.
That ain't quite true though, Mum, is it? You've been seen all over town doing all sorts of things.
We don't imagine that Lionel Cashier is much of a source of pharmaceutical ingredients.
Oh, but there, you'd be wrong, Constable. See, I had to replace some bits of lab equipment.
And you've been roaming around the Golden District doing Lord knows what.
Yes, well, Blackberry's made with herbal extracts. Why do you think it's called Blackberry?
And the Victorial Memorial Camp? 2 visits in the last week? I suppose them visits was for our benefit as well.
Not at all. I was visiting the General. He also gets quite cross when I haven't seen him in a while.
So he... well, yes, of course he would. Right. Well, we can hardly expect Miss Boyle to ignore the General now, can we, lads? Of course he would.
Nonetheless, Miss Boyle, the lads have developed an appetite for your fine cooking, as it were. If they go hungry, chaos will ensue. We must insist that you devote your full and urgent attention to feeding them.
Or what?
Or we shall be compelled, willing or no, to provide your assistance, willing or no, to Dr. Verloc. And that won't be cheery for either of us.
I guess I can't blame them for being antsy. It's not fun going off BlackBerry. And if they go back on regular Joy, they'll get the cramps and they won't even remember why. Thank God I'm almost done with this new batch.
You must take your joy immediately. You must take your joy immediately.
Oh, little Gwen. Even though Mummy leaves you, I talk to you in my mind. There's so many things I want to tell you, so you don't make the same mistakes I did. I've got to learn to give up some possessions, or I'm not going to win a race with a garden snail. Jesus. It smells like burning chemicals. Oh, shit. Where's the fire extinguisher? Christ almighty. Jesus, no. Okay. First things first. How bad is the damage to the lab? The triode on the crystallizer's broken. Oh. Why do I get an N7 vacuum tube? Oh, God. My old chemistry box. It must be still in my old house. I was really hoping I'd never have to go back there. Is that your hungry cry or your tired cry? It all just sounds like loud sometimes.
Is it possible to take too much joy? Well, Mr. Schindler, it is possible, but you have to take a great deal of joy before you experience any toxic effects. Joy is quite safe in the short term.
I keep hoping I'll wake up.
If you take too much, it may temporarily suppress memories that you actually need to get around. Do you have trouble identifying people in your house? Yes, they seem quite friendly.
least we could have made them take them. At least we could have...
I suppose it's sort of sweet that Grandmum poisoned everyone with her own garden flowers. I mean, she could have used rat poison. It's so impersonal.
Figure out what they wanted and do it before they even had to ask.
Mind the side effects. Oh, but there's a big one we don't mention, isn't there?
London Bridge has fallen. Take vanilla.
Well, young Miss Boyle. You know there's a curfew. You don't want some Fritz to shoot you dead, do you?
Sorry, sir.
Let's get you home. You had another fight with your mum, didn't you? Why don't I put in a good word? Mrs. Boyle, I've got a young lady out here who, I'm sorry. They don't seem to be at home.
What? Let me go in.
They're not at home. Let me take you to the station for a cup of tea.
What happened? Let me in.
Best you don't go in, miss. Cup of tea's best.
What did she do? What did she do? What did she do?
Mrs. Boyle? I've got a young lady out here who, they don't seem to be at home.
And Mum said, you don't have to worry about the train. No one's going on the train. Shut up, Sally. You're a big girl. Stop crying. Oh, baby, I wouldn't do this for anybody else. Better you than me. A beaker, a thermostat, N7 triode. I think I can fix my lab.
Where does...
The thing is, even when you don't have a choice, they'll still blame you for it. Of all the rotten things I've done, the thing Arthur hated me the most for, I didn't even have a choice about.
Good time for all good
Hello. Let's have a look at you, shall we? You're in tip-top shape, aren't you? We're so pleased you survived the garden district.
You can also use it to thicken your soup. And don't waste the rest of the plant. You can eat the young leaves in salads, and you can cook up the old leaves like spinach.
Now, who wants to eat a cat, please? Of course, artichokes are basically monstrously large thistles. But
you just get better every day.
This isn't an artichoke. It's not even a thistle.
Now I just need to replace all my chemicals. Stuart. I've got to talk to Stuart. Maybe he's got the chemicals I need squirreled away somewhere. Someday, when you have teeth, you'll be able to eat Mummy's cooking. I know what you're thinking. I'm a very good cook, though my mum complained I never followed a recipe. I was always inventing my own. Alright, I did blow up one cake, and I never heard the end of it, did I? Well, you and I will cook up such lovely meals and with sweet dreams. I wish you could dream about the countryside. When we were small, my sisters and I loved spending holidays at my grandmother's. I didn't realise it was so Mum could spend a few days without having to worry about keeping everyone safe and alive. It does something to your head, being a mum. But you just go to sleep.
Is there meat on sale?
I've got my eye on you.
Right as rain, right as rain.
You will take your joy immediately.
Right! Take your joy! You sticky downer!
Boss is the one that did
You're
it.
coming with me?
You? Get her, lads!
They've got blood all over them.
That's the one who done it!
I won't have it.
Down!
Get her!
I see
That's the
you.
guilty bugger!
You did
That's
it.
the one who done it!
Miss Boyle?
Look at him!
You won't get away.
I know it was you! Got you!
Run, you beast!
Oh, fix you! That's it! You're gonna get what's coming to you. There's the guilty.
Are you new around here? Or did I just forget?
No need to get excited.
It's
Fancy a
easy,
cuppa?
you know.
There's the one that did it.
Well,
Got blood all over him!
I don't see what
You did it! You can't deny it!
Bloody revolvers. I've got a sunshine somewhere, haven't I?
I don't care how smart you are. You have to make them feel smart if you want them to like you.
But they're all so dull. They can't see past the river.
Every man, even the most boring, has something fascinating in him. You just have to winkle it out of him. And
I'd rather live in a hut in the woods on roots and berries.
oh, I don't know what becomes of a girl like you. I swear to God I don't. What's wrong, dear?
Girls are so beastly. And they tell such vile lies.
How did you provoke them?
How did I?
You act superior and keep to yourself when
Because
you're not...
I don't sit around with them smoking and gossiping about boys and teachers.
You spend all your time with the boys in Rocket Club. They'll probably think you're trying to poach their boyfriends.
They don't even have boyfriends.
Sally, dear, boys aren't your real friends. They're just after one thing. If you don't have girlfriends, you won't have any friends at all. Well, if it isn't Sally Boyle. Himself is upstairs tinkering.
When will he be?
It's been weeks now. It's a device you left behind. Apparently, it's quite clever and complex.
I just came to buy some chemicals.
Over my cold, dead body.
Fiona.
It's not just borrowing my man while you were here. I could have got over that. It's the ambitions you put into him.
Fiona, I'm sorry.
He wants to be more than a village chemist. How's that, I says? Will you go to London to study to be a doctor? Will you take over Hayworth Labs? She still wouldn't take you back, I says. But you sold him the stars. And now he can't barely see where he's going.
Maybe he liked me because I thought he could be more. You ever think of that?
Get out of here. Get out, you witch. And don't let the door hit you in the arse on the way out.
Well, she's mellowed. Fiona said Stuart's been working on my old pituitary extractor. Maybe I can get it back from him later, when she's not in the shop. Wait. Harry Cavendish. He still works with the labs, doesn't he? And he owes me a favour. I'll drop by his house. Harry? It's Sally. Sally Boyle.
Just a moment. Just a moment, damn it. I can't get to the door as fast as I used to. Sally Boyle. I haven't seen you in a dog's age.
What happened to your eyes?
Oh, this little thing. Dr. Hughes miscalculated the brominating reaction and it blew up in my face. Then he convinced Dr. Verloc it was my fault. So I got the sack.
That weasel.
Oh, you don't have to pretend you're interested in the tedious old lab. How's the glamorous life of an experimental chemist?
It's a bit blocked at the moment. Can't get mercury amalgam.
Did you know they vent gallons of it onto Rat Home? Oh, well, you wouldn't. You've moved on to greener pastures.
I'm sorry. I thought Anton knew what he was doing.
Oh, I don't blame you for leaving us all behind. When love fades, you have to move on. Well, I'm sure you'll figure out where to find some amalgam.
Maybe I will. But someone's got to prove it was Dr. Hughes's fault you lost your eyes.
You know, you're right. He could hurt someone else.
Is there any evidence that it was his fault?
You know, now that you mention it, his lab notes. He keeps them in his doctor bag. I bet they're all the evidence I need. Oh, you know what? I bet they'd also tell me how to extract the amalgam you need out of the stuff the lab is piping onto Rat Home.
I'll get you his lab notes.
Here's where he lives. Come back, and I'll tell you where to find the pump outlet.
Don't go anywhere.
Wouldn't dream of it.
Sort of ironic I became a chemist, considering what Mum did, if you think about it.
Yes, that's right. I'm talking to you. What on earth? Well, eh? We're all so fortunate to be proud Englishmen and women. Because we're all alive and happy, and so many others. There's so much to be thankful for. But just because it's easy doesn't mean that it's not true.
Odd. Those peepers weren't there before. Why are they trying to keep people out? Well, you can't say Dr. Hughes doesn't have a keen sense of style.
Be fine.
It's good for you.
You don't have to feel down, my dear. You're sick, and you need help. What's that? Who's there? What's that? What's that?
This must be the bag Harry wanted.
What's going on? there? What's that? Who's there? What's that? What's going on? What's that? What's that? Get up! What's that? You've got no business. You don't business. Can't help you if you won't help yourself. Don't know what's good for them.
Quite a sturdy bag. I wonder if Gwen would fit in here. She'd need to be able to breathe, some source of oxygen, and soundproofing in case she starts crying. I bet Lionel could make something like that. Harry? It's Sally. Sally Boyle.
Just a moment. Just a moment, damn it. I can't get to the door as fast as I used to. Did you get Dr. Hughes's bag?
I've got it.
Aren't you Brillo? Well, here's the formula you'll need. You can get to Rathome via the maintenance tunnels. There's a code at the door. It's 1649.
I really am sorry about the accident. I thought Anton had a handle on things.
Well, now we know. Cheerio.
Mossy. I'll need a few things before I go. I can get there. Many hatch. Now that I've got the code.
Allow me to cheer you. You will take your joy immediately.
There! The one with the blood on her legs! Keep running! Put that down! Stop bringing me down!
And then, if there's wind knocking against that window,
Look with a cat.
Well, I'm glad all that else is over. See what all the fuss was about.
That's the one that did it.
Mother of mercy, what was that?
Right, that cuts it.
Don't unfair.
You can't hide from me. You're only making it harder.
how long? How long has this been going on?
Fine. Catch you next time.
You know, I that little riddle. Yes. wording. That's me at the broadcast tower and,
What's your pleasure?
I've got another little tinkering job for you, Lionel.
I do so enjoy these little commissions. No one else challenges my imagination quite like you do. That's a rather odd bag. What would you need that for?
Oh, that's for certain compounds that have to be kept at a very specific temperature and pressure.
Aren't you clever? Well, it might take a little while, but I think I can figure it out. Come on back in a little while.
It's a study of how you know things. Right? Careful. Good luck, ladies. And remember...
Mind if I look around? I'm gonna keep looking. Have you got my chemical bag?
Not quite yet. I had no idea you had to be so careful with chemicals. Give me another little while.
But you're not allowed to say that word to them because that would be cheating. All right? Secret word today.
Bloody hell, I've lost my tolerance. Now don't wet while I'm changing you. crying this time, darling. Tell Mama why. I've forgotten how bright joy is.